Now you can hear me? Yes. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Because, hi, thank you, Ruffles. I thank you. You were calling me. I believe Painted Black was calling me. Thank you guys for letting me know. What it was is I was still signed in. I didn't realize to Zoom on my phone. And when you're signed into Zoom on your phone, it will not give you it will let you, which is crazy. Usually there's a warning on everything, but it will let you use your video, but it will disable your microphone. So terrible. Hi, Julianne. Thank you. Thank you, Paint It Black. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ruffles. Appreciate that. Okay. So I didn't stay here for 2 hours. I appreciate it. So I'm going to go through everything again. Now, when I first came on, my counter was all clear. And I said that last night during our craft and bake, I was baking. And if you missed it, we made these whoopie pies, which are really good. They're nice, domed, and really nice. And then we made there's a marshmallow buttercream filling. So it was really good. Ethan had one this morning. He just got back from getting his passport picture done. So I said I didn't get to craft last night and I wanted to do some crafting. So a couple of things, I said I'm trying to get my craft room a little bit organized, things organized. So I had all of these wood projects in one bin here, and I was just showing you what some stages that I'm at with them. Okay, so I have this plaque, and this has a Mod Podge on it. So this is ready for some type of decoupage. Then I don't know, I did these hearts. I did like a lacquer top on them. And I'll show you because I did these picket fence little plaques, right? And they have flowers. And I think I told you about this the last time, like these, okay? So like that, and like that. And what I want to do is I said, well, let me put a little something here or something and put a saying on it. So now, of course, I wouldn't put this heart there. But like if I did that, here's my dilemma. I can paint this any color. So I could paint it pink or red, whatever. And take my Cricut and put a saying like, give it to God and go to sleep, or welcome spring, or, you know, something like that. And I have circles. I have more than hearts, okay? But I'm wondering, like, do I decoupage it with this on this and then put the Cricut in a solid, maybe a glitter font? Or do I just paint it a solid color and put it there? I don't know. So I'm fooling around with that. Now this size is okay. I don't have to use a heart. I probably wouldn't, you know, I would probably use a circle or something. Excuse me, or a square. And this one, I don't know. So I don't know. Or I might do something else. Like Bucky has, like, she's really good with like figuring out, oh, we could add that or this or that. So it's good to have artistic, creative friends to help you along your process. So I have these two hearts. I don't know what I'm going to do with these little hearts. They're, you know, whatever. And I did this one too. Sometimes I just do things and like, I don't know, what am I going to do with that? I have no idea. You know what would be cute? Now I have an idea, but I couldn't use these. See these these are just wood cutouts. If I had decoupaged them, and I have some really nice pinks and even some Valentine stuff, then you made a wreath, like you took and glued them around a wreath form, that would look really nice, right? If you had the Valentines. And I guess, so I don't know, I'm collecting hearts. So I have those. Then I'm at this stage where I have this little plaque that's just painted. I didn't put the Mod Podge medium on that. This is a cross that I decoupaged. It's like this on this side and this on this side. I want to do something to embellish that. This is another cross I have. This one I just painted, and I think it does have the Mod Podge, so that is ready for something else. This is a plaque that I just decoupaged, but it needs something else. So I'm thinking like maybe a raised letter word, a heart. Yeah, would be, right, Julian? Maybe a raised wood or metal word on there, you know what I mean? Like powder room or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is another one that I just have painted and maybe ready. So got that. Now, this was a tray, and I have crackle on there, sunflowers, and I probably put another coat of that lacquer on there and go around, okay? Yay! All right, now, here I have this that I made with the hummingbirds. And what do I do with this? Do I make a riser out of it? What do I do? What do I do with that? So it has a nice thing here. Bucky, this is where Bucky comes in. Because Bucky'd be like, oh, you could stick this on there, and this on there, and this and then that on there, right? So yeah, I don't know if she's around yet. Okay. Then I have this wooden square, and I could put Mod Podge on there. Now this was just a jar. This wasn't even a mason jar. This is just a jar, so you can do anything. And I just decoupage shells on it. I wanted to put some kind of jute around there. You can hold your brushes or stuff. This is a tray. I have to repaint this and then do the whole thing on that one. This is a circle. So you're seeing my projects in various. Hi, Rosalita. How are you? Thank you, Rosalita. So this has just Mod Podge and it's ready to go. This could be a riser. It could be a plaque. It could be something. Who knows? Could even be a raised pedestal, right? Hey, Janadu. Now, this is something I made during Christmas time, obviously. I lacquered it and I put this glitter on it. What I wanted to do with this is put little feet on it with beads. And I think I have really cute green and red and like striped beads that look like candy. And put that there. And then that would be a nice little shelf you could put on your countertop or on your coffee table, and then maybe put some gingerbread decor on there, right? So that's something I didn't finish from Christmas. Now you're seeing all of my dirty laundry here, right? It's my unfinished project. All right, this is a tray that I have the Mod Podge on to get working. This will be a riser. And then I have this board that I picked up. It has a sawtooth hanger on the back of it. And actually, I picked this up at a thrift store for 99 cents. Has a sawtooth hanger, so I'm upcycling. And it is really great because it'll take a larger scene. So I have this beach house napkin that I think will look great on here because it'll go the whole length. And if it doesn't go to the top, well, I could go fill it in with the acrylics and make the sky. And that'd be nice because that'd be like a painted and decoupage project, right? So then I have another tray to work on here. Hi, Paint It Black. And then I have this sunflower. How are you doing, Paint It Black? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So, missed you. Love you. Love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Now, so I have to go through everything I told you. I told you about this upcycled lady, okay? There's this upcycled lady. She is a genius. I don't know what she does, but she is on YouTube and she's on like these other live auction shows. And she upcycles things, right? So she, hold on one second. Okay. She upcycles things, but she upcycles things that you would never, like, sometimes she doesn't even upcycle it, okay? And the reason, sometimes I get upset with YouTube because I want to show you something on YouTube, but I can't, but I can do it in a Zoom. But let's just say she takes some kind of pretend this is like a really rusty scissor. Oh, fully farmhouse. I have to talk to you about this lady. If you haven't seen this lady that I'm talking about, you will flip your freaking lid. She takes a rusty scissor, a rusty shovel from the garden. What was the thing she was taking they were crazy. Like, if we were ever cleaning out a shed and came across something like what I'm going to tell you she puts out there. Jimmy would be like, throw that thing away. And I'll be like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold on, hold on. Stop it there. Not so fast. This lady sells this stuff, right? He'd be like, come on, nobody's going to buy that junk, right? So, but this lady will take the rustier the better. And she'll be like, she'll put it up there and there will be people bidding on this auction site. But she also does it on YouTube, okay? So they'll be like 40, 50, and you'll be like, she's getting $60 for a rusty pair of scissors. And then they'll be asking her, do you have any more rusty scissors? Do you have any more? But the thing is, she will tell the people, and this is what I find absolutely amazing, okay? This is what is amazing. She lives out in the Midwest. She goes to the Goodwill bin stores. I've never been there. I think I would have a panic attack and something like that. Number one, it's like a relay race. You only have a certain amount of time. Number two, there's people like combing through these things. I don't think I could do it. I just don't. Okay. So she does this. And she will literally go, hey guys, I got this in the bins today for 49 cents. 49 cents. I have this on my website for $49.99, and people, without doing a thing to it. Another thing she does, she simply takes this and puts like a sprig of boxwood. She has these certain things. She has these little sprigs. Look at this sprig. Now it's farmhouse. And the people are buying. You will not believe it, okay? So you're like, wow, this lady's got like the Midas touch. But then this other lady who I know was inspired by her. Oh, I know do you remember when I showed you that old paintbrush wreath down, I live in a very artsy county. And let me tell you that we have a lot of people that have moved up, especially during the pandemic, from Brooklyn, from Manhattan, from Westchester. They've moved up here. And apparently, when you do that, you have, you lose all conception of how much things cost. And so I was with my daughter-in-law. We went to a painting. A watercolor painting. I want to say party. It wasn't a party. It was, it was in this really nice cidery up on a beautiful mountaintop. It was gorgeous. But we went to the town. We made a little short. Carolyn and Gia. She wants us to make little videos. Carolyn and Gia going around town. But we went around town, and she even said to me, Carolyn, you have to see. I said, Gia, there's only one thrift store in this town that has normal prices, and everybody knows it. Because you'll be on the street, and if someone local goes, this is the new town, that the part of, and this is the old town. So there's this one shop, literally you go in there, and things are like, okay, if this was in that thrift shop downtown, this would be like $60. I'm not joking. I showed you that one. If you look at my short with the horse, I don't know if you can see the prices on that. They're incredible. But the people come in and pay for it. So one day my daughter and I were in one of those, and there was this, I talked about this on the show, there was an owl nightlight. See, I have such ADD, I just go off on tangents. And it's nothing like my other show that nobody heard me saying. They're the owl nightlight, and my daughter goes, how much is that? And the guy goes, $1,300. I believe it was $1,300. And my daughter just shoots me a look, and I go, well, Alexandra, you're not going to be able to get that unless he has two of them, because you definitely need two of them for your apartment. So see if he has another one. So she just takes my lead and she says, I absolutely love that, but would you perhaps have another one? And this guy was completely serious, right? He's like, oh, Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Yeah, I think it's the only one that we have. I think that's the only one we have in the store. But I will tell you, sometimes we get other things. So do you want to leave your number? And then if I get another one, and my daughter say, yeah, yeah, here, take my number. So, and then we just burst out laughing when we got out of there. Like this guy thought, we're serious. And somebody on my show looked up that owl light, and I think it was like $65. Okay. So it's insane. Cause I don't know what happens. Like when you're a millennial and you move to the city, do you lose focus of like what stuff costs? I don't understand that. I see. I don't get it. But this is not an anomaly. We have multiple thrift shops around here that have prices that you cannot believe. Well, this one woman, and she is in the middle of the country, I believe. Frilly, she may be in your state. Please remind me, Frilly, to give you her channel because I can't remember it right now. And you have to see this. You totally have to see this if you haven't. Okay, please, you remind me because you will die. And I don't mean that in no. I mean not like not really, okay, but just like hypothetically, whatever I'm trying to say, really. You're not going to believe it. You'll flip out. You'll freak out. You'll just be like, this can't be. This is a joke. This is a setup. So anyway, this other lady tried to do it, and I know that she was kind of connected with the one lady. And what they love are paintbrushes. See, I actually get back to my point, and people with ADD probably know this. Okay, I showed a paintbrush wreath. It's on my Instagram, Mommy Ramblings blog on Instagram if you want to go see it. All it is old, chewed up paintbrushes. Now, I know this because Jimmy will tell me, like when we're painting something, I have this ridiculous old paintbrush here, okay? Now, I would never use this again because but they're like this. But even worse, there's some of the ones that, like have the big wooden handle that you've used to stain something and someone didn't put it in the turpentine fast enough and it's all crappy, right? It's just horrible. And so they stuck them on a wreath. All they did was glue these paintbrushes to like a huge ring. And Ruff, I'm telling you, okay, I'll send it to you. It's on my Instagram. The price on this, what was it? $1,000? It was between $800 and $1,000. It is in. Gia said her and I should go around and go into these stores and just show prices, and we may do it if that's interesting to you guys. But it's just paintbrushes on this wreath, and I think it's $1,000 freaking dollars. Okay, so I don't know. It's I'm sorry. It's so crazy, but I think some people have lost their mind. But this one lady, Frilly, her biggest sellers are used paintbrushes. Now, you think like, it's not like, okay, here's what I'm saying. Cast iron. Okay, there's the names in cast iron, right? The Wagner's, right? Wagner is a big cast iron, and I can't think of the other one. So it's not just any cast iron pan, and people will pay a lot of money for that no matter what. These paintbrushes that this woman is selling it's just like, I could say, why am I going to pay $50 for that? I'll just have, I'll go out and paint something, leave it out, let it get all gross. Now, what she will do sometimes with the paintbrush, not with the Easter eggs, okay? But with one of the bigger, she'll put that on. She's like, oh, look at this sprig. Now it's country fresh. And it reminds me, I used to be a comptroller in a GMC dealership. And we used to have this guy that had a car lot. He still has it, and he does well. And you know why? Because he's a born salesman. he would sometimes grab my phone because he'd go, Carolyn, can I grab your phone? Just got to call a customer. And he'd be like, I just got a new Nissan and it's beautiful and it's country fresh. He used to say that because, around there, it's country fresh. And he was just such a smoozer that this is how she is. So she puts a sprig on the paintbrush and she goes, there, now it's like, country, French country, it's country fresh, whatever she says. Anyway, long story short, upcycling can be really, really great thing for people to do. Plus, it keeps things out of landfills. But this woman literally has the Midas touch. Now, you know how some people, they'll pick something up and they'll go, oh, look, it has a chip. Oh, look, it has a crack. Bucky and I, and Bucky even more than I, because sometimes I have to go to Bucky, like, what would you do there? If something has like a chip or something, there is a whole art form where you glue it back together and you put gold. That Peridot Eyes was the first one to tell me about that. And that's kintsugi, something like that. And it's about appreciating, and I think it has a really, really nice meaning. It's about appreciating the flaws, the cracks. You're celebrating the cracks. Things don't stay perfect forever. We don't stay perfect forever, right? So it's about appreciating that. And I think it's really beautiful. So there's someone that, and the things sell for a lot of money, but it's not about that. I think it's about the message, right? The message that, I think it's a beautiful message. But some people look at something, and if it's not 100% perfect, they go, ew. And I'm talking about even something in their house. Like say they have this in their house, and say it was even a special piece to them, and they crack it or they drop it. They won't even try to fix it. And they go, oh, well, it has no value to me now because it's broken. I don't believe that. And I'll tell you why. First of all, if it's sentimental to you and you love it, try to fix it. Why wouldn't you try to fix it? But I think it's even more special. Like I have some things that, and I'm a huge empath, so I don't want to cry or anything, but let's just say they're really, really special to me. And I've dropped it or something. Jimmy will always go to fix it. And he has this little tray downstairs, and he has all these little things. Sometimes it's a Christmas ornament, but he will go to fix it for me. He will always go to fix it for me. And I think that's really special. And I think that's something that even I would remember, oh, look, he took the time to fix that. That's really nice, right? That's really nice. See, I'm crying. I told you I'm not going to cry. I'm not crying. Okay. But it's like really, it's a really nice thing. But anyway, this woman had a cow or something, and she got it at a thrift store or whatever. And I do appreciate that she did this because I don't like people that just go like this, oh, garbage. She dropped it for whatever reason. And she said on her show, I'm going to fix this. And it didn't just break in 2 pieces. It broke in like 3 pieces, 4 pieces. I think she also had to put like some air dry clay. See, that's what I'll do. I'll put air dry clay and try to fix it. And it becomes like a puzzle, like a project. It's something nice. And I just feel better. I don't know, just doing it. But she does it. And then, people buy it. People want it. So I think we have to start, just thinking about things. But I'll tell you something. I felt so bad. And this is going to make me really upset. I think it was like a year after Ray died. And I went to a thrift store. It was just the time of year and everything, and I was really emotional. And I saw this, there was this Santa, and he was pushing like a little, he was a vintage Santa, and he was pushing, or no, he was holding on to like this, kind of like I guess it was like a Santa sack or something. Super cute. And I was just like, I guess retail therapy or whatever. It was $1.99. It was something. It was incredibly cheap. And I put it in my cart. I went to put it in my cart, and it fell on the floor of the thrift store. And it broke pretty neatly, like in 3 pieces or something, right? And I just started to cry. I said, this is this is really, how did I do this? And I just said to this little, I know, like this is how grief comes out, okay? I can't fix my situation. I can't ever fix that. But I look down and I can fix this. So I picked it up and there was a little box and I put it in a box, and when I brought it to the register, the lady said, I'll throw this out for you. And I said, no, I want to buy that. And she said, well, I'm not going to charge you for this. It's broken. And I said, but I'm the one that broke it. I said, I'll fix it. And I brought it home and Jimmy glued it back. You can't even tell. And it's just, it was the whole thing. Every time I think about it, see, I'm crying again. Because I think it sounds so silly, because it sounds like maybe you would become indifferent and say, oh, who cares about that? But it's like, I don't know, it's just something. And every time I talk about it, and every time I think about that Santa, and every year when I bring them out, it's just very, very special to me. So I've completely gone off the tangent because I didn't even show you the wine box or anything yet. So we'll get to that. So more projects that I'm working on. See, and I had this all done in the few minutes. Well, I didn't tell you those stories, but I'm telling you about that upcycle lady, and it's incredible what she sells. Rusty paintbrushes, you just can't believe it. But some lady, like I said, I never finished, tried to recreate that. And she was bringing out paintbrushes, like really old ones, and she was selling maybe one, or she did not have the Midas touch that this woman did, and her stuff was not selling. So for some reason whatsoever, a lot of times it's personality. A lot of times it's, and the other lady had a good personality. She didn't have a bad personality. What's going on?
I'm gonna make yourself some breakfast over there.
I thought you ate before you went.
No.
Ethan had to get his passport picture. Well, you had a whoopie pie, right?
No, it's a whoopie pie.
Those things that you ate that you called cookies. Those
things. What you made, you mean?
I made those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ate one of those.
I thought it was a big Oreo.
Big Oreo? Did you like them?
Yes.
All right. Are you going fishing today?
I don't know.
Okay, so they, did you get your passport all done?
Yeah.
Good. How long is it going to take?
I don't even know.
Okay. So, what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I said I got this. Yeah. Oh boy, what was that?
Luke?
What was that?
Oh my God, Luke. Of course it's you that did it.
What was it?
Nothing important.
Nothing.
It's a candle.
What does it tell me?
Holy tweak, what are you doing, dude?
Hold on just one little second. Just tell me what it was, please.
Candle.
It's a candle.
Not an important candle.
Where did it come from?
I don't even know where it fell
Going
from.
up there. Well, anything be up there is glass.
I had no idea where it came from. I had no idea where it came from.
Can you just move on?
It smells good.
I had no idea where it came from at all.
Yeah, I gotta get in there. I'm gonna do it.
How do I
Hey, it's this right here. Look at, watch it.
Yeah, don't throw the wax away.
Good dad. Do you want an over easy egg or something?
No.
I'm gonna make like 3 over easy eggs and 3 pieces. The rest of
Okay, watch it. Step over this thing.
I know, Dad. I've done this for years. I need to think about how to
Well, that was good.
Amazing.
We just heard a big,
Don't step in that stuff.
big smash.
I'm gonna.
Luke was up in a closet, heard a big crash. Did you hear that crash? And look, Luke figured out how to get the candle out of the glass drawer. I was wondering how to do that. No, I wasn't, but it's okay. It smells really good, doesn't it?
See how I'm gonna lift it.
It does. It smells really good.
Strong as heck though.
It smells really good. Okay,
Well, just use it like that now.
I know, we didn't need that glass. Okay, that sounded really bad. That sounded much worse.
No, it didn't. It just sounded like a regular crack of ice.
Man, that was really bad. Okay, never a dull moment. Okay. All right,
Yo, what's up?
what's the matter?
I'm Charlie the leak. I was
Yeah,
gonna
you probably right
I don't care. I'm just gonna cook it on top of it.
Yeah.
I want eggs.
You're gonna cook eggs right now?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you put some butter or something in there.
Oh, I got that.
Okay.
Wait, can you just walk up and there's a couple bikes down here?
All right. Is Luke taking my butt? Is Luke?
Yeah.
I was gonna ride my bike today.
This thing right here?
Just take a little walk. You get no. I'm probably gonna ride it for a little bit, but you
Luke
can,
is taking over my bike.
Don't look at me, Luke. It's your
You're fine, Mom.
Use this one. I found
You're good.
Okay.
Just don't move. Why?
So
Where's the butter at?
there's butter all over. There's butter there. There's here. Do you hear that glass? That's the yeah. That sounds great.
It does. It's not bad.
Okay, so where was I? So I want to show you, so I showed you these things that, okay, these are some of my unfinished projects. Then I didn't get to work on those last night. Next, I have this bird, but I was telling you a story about that lady, okay, but then I was telling you a story about what I was working on. So it's like these, I'm working on these little boxes. This box, I did the top of it, I put a lacquer finish, I did the border. I have to do something down here. I started to do the top, but I have to put that that glossy, what I call this, it's like a lacquer finish. But going back to the upcycling, recycling, I have this wine box. Now, I found this wine box at a thrift store, and okay, do you, okay, can you see if there's something?
Just come.
No, because it really it disturbs everything. Just please here, use this. That'll be fine. Okay.
The heck is this?
It'll be fine. It will cut the butter fine. So, boy. See, when I was on mute, everybody was gone from there. Okay. I keep losing my train of thought. Oh, this was a beautiful wine box. It was, some lady did wood burning on it, but she did it for a lady named Shirley. And it was about like ladies drinking. I think I showed it to you guys before I painted it. Or maybe I didn't put that video up yet. I don't know. But I painted it and then I decopaged it. And I'm going to finish it with this napkin, even though White Angel is mad at me that I used the napkin on this box because she wanted me to make this a Paris box. But I think I'm keeping this one and I like this napkin. So this one has a slide, a box tops that slides up like that. And so I have to do the rest of this, but I have to go in my napkin room and find this napkin in this size to finish that. But the other day, Jimmy was at our church thrift store with me last Saturday. I think it was last Saturday. And he found this box. And this is a wine box with a little latch. And I'm going to paint this one, and I'm going to try to do maybe a Paris scene on there. But it's got a little bit of a tricky lock. It's not, but that's the way it is. Now just look at that, right? It's not that, you have to actually, it clicks up like that. And then somebody had this little thing, I guess, that goes on top of the wine bottle. But then when you pull it down like that, you think like it has a space, but it's got, you just have to kind of click it into place. So it's a little bit tricky, but it still works. I'm going to paint this. I don't know if I'm going, kind of like the black. I don't know. Just maybe do a Paris scene. I don't know. I have to work on that. Then back to the recycling, upcycling stuff. Now, a lot of people, Elle and manager of Three Monsters, love these little bottles I made with the bunnies. And they're like, when are you selling those? I love them. I love them too. I wasn't even going to sell them. But I just showing them in Slack and they love them. I love them. Okay. Then what I did is I took these little boxwood sprigs and I had these little Easter eggs. So I thought, oh, I'll glue some of those to the boxwood sprigs, put the sprigs in the bottle. Now the bottle, I did the top with like this metallic, no, this is a sparkle pink. And let me tell you about like upcycling. So these little bottles, these are over 25 years old because I think the date is on the back of them. Oh no, sorry, wrong. 2004. These are from Tender Heart Treasures. Anybody remember Tender Heart Treasures? I believe they still have like $80 in mine. And then I believe, I don't know when I stopped ordering from them. Because I used to have a check on the side of my refrigerator that they sent me, and then I just never got it. I don't even remember what the deal was. I thought it was in the 90s. My sister and I used to order from them all the time. And then they used to have like an unadvertised Monday sale. And this is before the internet. You'd have to call up on the phone line and they tell you certain things in the catalog. that were for sale. You remember when we shopped just from catalogs? Do you remember that? And when December 12th would come around, they'd say, oh, it's the last day to order before Christmas because you have to like send in or you call in your, remember that? It's just such crazy times, huh? All right. But it came from that company. And just like Linda talks about like glass, you know, like this is not, obviously, this is from Japan's handball, and this is not painted glass. This is color through and through. This is real glass, right? So if you scratch it off, the color's not going to flake off. It's not painted. This is made in Japan. It's beautiful, beautiful glass. Something like this is not painted glass. That's the color of the glass. It's not going to flake off. It's not going to chip off. Now, I thought I did buy, I know I bought way back in the day because I used to have them above my sliding glass door, which I don't even know how that was even safe. I have a big ledge, but put cobalt blue. I used to be a big blue and white person in my kitchen because that was my kitchen and my mother loved it. I loved it. And so I had a lot of cobalt blue glass. But that was glass through and through, and I think I might have gotten it from a company like this. But anyway, these were painted red glass. And somebody was going to throw those out. And I said, you know, I saw a technique where you mix it with maybe Mod Podge, you mix paint. And if you have to paint, you can paint like clear glass and it'll be like a translucent colored glass. And I do have a big like candle orb that is chipping a little bit that I got somewhere. You're Frilly, she does have a lot of cobalt. And I wanted to try that on the discolored areas. But these, I didn't want to because they were like chipping off pretty bad. And I just thought, it's never going to match just the way it was because it's such a small piece and it's all one color like that orb thing. It's different colors and I think it'll be fine, but I didn't want to do it on these. So I gave these like, and I think this is where I was when Ref called me, multiple coats of white chalk paint. Then I used a sparkly Mod Podge on everything. Then I decoupaged on them. Okay, you have a great day, Ruff. Thank you for letting me know I was mute. So this is really good that I did that. And I made them into something. I was so proud of them. I'm like, oh, these look, and then I decoupaged them with this one of my favorite napkins. And this doesn't even have to be Easter because you could have this bunny out all year. It's flowers, it's spring. You could just replace the sprig. But anyway, when I put it in Slack, immediately Elle and Manager of Three Monsters were like, oh, I love that one. And every auction, this one I did some eucalyptus. The other ones I did boxwood. I did eucalyptus on this one. Like you've ever seen eucalyptus growing eggs. But hey, it's my world, right? And Manager wanted one. And so every time Elle asked me, are you going to sell those? And I wasn't even going to sell them. But I said, we have to wait till Manager's here because I feel bad because she said it in Slack. Anyway, so maybe they'll be for sale tonight in the auction. Who knows? But they're just these drawers. And the whole point is that so it's different vision and not everybody has it. And I can appreciate that. Bucky and I, maybe Bucky and I have too much vision for things. And that's why we're like, oh, I could do this or that. But I would never have those vision for those paintbrushes, or even if I did, Jimmy would be like, throw that away. And then this lady's getting, just crazy, it's for people want that. Who knew? Anyway, and this one, I think it's just florals that I have here. So yeah, I have those that were just upcycling something that somebody would have thrown away, right? And look how nice they are. And it doesn't go into a landfill, and that's what they say is kind of important. So I was going to do some little few crafts and that I had to do that I didn't get to do last night. But I'm not going to do the wine box. So these are some of the napkins I'm going to use. I don't know. This is the one I'm using here on this bird. And I'm going to put some more of those, cut some of that out, and finish up this bird. And then like for these trays and stuff, I have to find a nice Now, teach you something about a napkin. Okay, so there's different napkins and they have different value for what you're doing. You love using textiles to upcycle? Yeah, exactly. This is a nice napkin because say you were going to use that on something like this, you see how the pattern is all the way continuous. Whereas some napkins aren't. Now watch, I won't find, this is a continuous one too, but you know, some just have like, okay, like this, for instance. This would be nice for coasters or something smaller, right? A little box, because it's not a continuous pattern and you wouldn't want to use that in something like this. So yeah, you just got to know your patterns, but sometimes even when you have something like a floral, this one, this one maybe will be a good example. Yeah, you see, this is not, this is the same. See what I mean? So you would never want, but there's somebody with a vision that might say, oh, I love that part right there. You never know. But I'm just saying, this is more for, I made a box, I think Mary Warren has it with this, and it looks so nice. It just, this is like a retro design, but it's got a very watercolor feel. It's very nice. This one, let's see if this one goes all the way. Some of them, depending on, what's the matter? Just put some water in and then put it on this.
Will it steam though if I put water in it?
That's good if it steams. It helps it not stick on there. And
Watch, put some water right now.
Just put some water in it and put it back on. No, we'll put a little more. Yeah, and just put it on the stove. I'll clean it. Just go off and have fun.
That?
That's fine. Go off and have fun with your friends. Be careful.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't jump in the lake right now.
I most likely have time. Not
Yeah, well, I know.
Luke and Charlie.
Yeah, I know. But
I think
sometimes
we
you
can
can
get
work
one
with something like that, even if it's not, but I wouldn't
So
do
I'll put
that.
this in here. This is just.
Yes. Okay.
This book that I made. Look behind you. I made that.
Beautiful.
Beautiful indeed, right?
Beautiful indeed. This one is continuous, but these most likely, you probably cut them out and put them on something. And this one is nice, because this one reminds me of tiles.
Now.
What do you
I
need?
need a fork.
Okay. Go get one in there.
Thank you.
Okay. So
So lucky.
even though, like this one would look nice even on a square tray, or you could use another one. This will look really, I love this on a tray because it's made to look like tiles. So if you put two of them, or probably on a tray, you'd have 6, right? You cut this, put 6. Yeah, and it's lemons. I love this napkin. And I have quite a few napkins that look like tiles like this, so these are always good if you're, you know, when you're looking for, if you're not going to be a napkin. And then this is what I said like the other day. So, you know, why grow up, right? Maybe now in a store, they are going out with the Sesame Street and all this stuff, and they're putting Sesame Street on our pants, and they're putting Peter Rabbit on our pants, and because I think like these people are trying to relive their childhood. But who says you couldn't have a tray, you know, with the Big Bird and Cookie Monster and Elmo and Bert and Ernie, right? Okay. Is there anything from Sandy?
Not there, no.
Okay, because, please remind me that I have to open Lasso Lacey's Happy Mail, please. No, I'm telling the chat. Okay. And so with that, we've got that. And so I want to do some of the things that I have for, like this one, I think would look nice on a jar. But I also have this, I'll show you what else I have. This little box. And I've got a chain on it. I found in a thrift store. It's a wooden box. And and that's perfect for, that's a nice size. Nice, decopage. So, I've got that, but before I forget, because I told Lasso that I was going to open up my box last night, and I feel terrible because she came in Zoom the other day and asked me, did you get that box? And Jimmy had put it away and didn't tell, well, maybe he told me, I didn't hear him, so let's just say that. Oh, and then this is a really pretty, this is actually very shabby chic. And I like this one. And I wanted to do some crafts. It's going to be, they're telling me it's going to be a beautiful day. I would like to ride my bike, but I think Luke is preparing on taking my bike out with some friends. I don't know why. Okay, so they're like, oh, you can walk. Okay, thanks. Have to remember that. All right, let's go to Lacey. Lacey, where's Lacey's box? Hold on, I just took it out to open it, and I don't know where they went. What in the world? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I will tell you, I know people have asked, you guys going on a shell? Yeah, we are going on the celebration. Our celebration is all booked. And we're excited. We're out of milk.
That's fast.
And so I told Lasso Lacey is very crafty as well. And see, this is what I mean about crafty friends. They make you think of things you might not have thought about. So I was talking to Lasso about, hold on, I just got to get the identifying. Oh boy, Lasso. Lots of tape. Okay, good. I was talking to Lasso Lacey about, hold on, let me just put this down now. I got the identifying information off. And about the wind chimes that we're going to make. So we thought, okay, we'll make some wind chimes. Manager gave me a great idea. She said, why don't you pre-sell some wind chime kits? And then I ordered these rings to make these wind chimes because they're going to make them in rings. And then Binky and I were saying, and we could get some driftwood and yada, yada, yada. We had a lot of ideas running through our heads. And Lasso said, do you need beads to do, you know, Lasso Lacey, she's an incredibly generous person, but she is also a really accomplished person in beading. She has a lot of beading. So she said, you know, do you need any beads? I said, oh my gosh, I've never thought of beads. I thought of like maybe those little round shells that you can get, but I never thought of beads, right? So let me... And she said, I'm sending you something. And literally, I think this got here in a day from the West Coast. It's crazy. I know Lasso was in the comments earlier today. I hope she's watching. I'm so sorry I can't see fully the chat. You see how easily I'm distracted. Wow, look what she sent here. Oh boy. Oh boy, lasso. This is gonna go right packed up for the beach. We're gonna have fun with these. Look, those would be really nice because you do the fishing line. These will be really nice. These will be the bells at the beach with these wind chimes. Thank you, lasso. Look, she was saying they're faceted. Nice. Wow, we are going to have fun with this. Right, Bucky, Binky? Look at these. These look like they almost have something else in them. Oh, lasso. I'm going to keep this exactly like it is. I'm going to just tape it up and get it ready to roll. Look at these are these are nice. Wow, look at all of this. We are going to be crafting our heads off. These are like all strands. Look at these are like, we're going to be doing a lot of crafting on this retreat. I know we call it the celebration, but we're also calling it Waves of Healing because it truly is. All of us are grieving, and most of us are grieving the loss of children and grandchildren, or grandchildren, but children, yeah. I know at the last celebration, Bucky, me, Scooter, and Evie, we all went to the art gallery. And then Evie looked, and she was talking in the art gallery about me losing my son, her losing it. She got in the car and she said, you know, everyone in this, or it might have been Bucky, everyone in this car has lost a child. So yeah, it's healing, crafting is very therapeutic. Look at all this stuff she sent. So, you know, they even take, let me see if I have one here. I thought I had one here that I did get in Edisto. I got in Edisto at this, let me see if I have it over here. I might have it right here. I may, but every time you go to look for something, it's not going to be where you think it is. Oh boy. Yes, I have it. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Okay, so this is something that I got in Edisto, and I think this might have been at the sale. So they kept this, the oyster natural. They just put this really nice shellac, and then they had this, let's see. No, I thought that was a wire. That's not a wire. They just put a hole right here, and they put this beaded thing. But that's something you could do with those beads and make this little, and then just paint it the back gold. And sometimes the backs are so pretty, you just shellac them. Sometimes the backs are like this. These are the ones that Jimmy just brought me when he was down there earlier this month. See how pretty they are? They're beautiful. That one definitely looks like a holy figure, and I've got to do my manger. It's just like, you know what, and then you have some like this that already have the hole. These are like the ones you use on the wind chimes, and you don't even have to do the holes. And you could also put a strand of beads and do something like that. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I always wonder, like, well, is that, you know, the best one I want to use for the manger? But just do it. Just do it, like Nike says. Right? Just do it. So I'm always waiting. Sometimes you're too much of a perfectionist and you can't get out of your own way. So thank you, Lasso. I know Sandy said there was a box coming, but Sandy, it hasn't come yet. So we'll have to wait around for that. And then she sent these beautiful beads. She sent so many. Look at this. Lots and lots. Wait till Bucky and Binky see this. We're going to be knee deep in beads. Thank you so much, Lasso Lacey. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Well, I'm going to put these all back because these are going to go bread disto. Edisto. Okay. There we go. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. So maybe we'll do something. I'll turn on my little iron. My little iron. And do some kind of a thing here. Did I go? I don't know if I ended up going through all of these. I don't know. So I had this that I decoupage, right? The things I want to do. Like I said, maybe put a sign, powder room, or something, or something else, some kind of other embellishment on it. I don't know if I showed these or not. I'm going to show it again. This cross is ready to go. I have this cross. I want to do a little something extra on that. Extra, right? Then I have this plaque. This one has to get the Mod Podge to put something on that. Or maybe, I don't know, I might try to paint something on that. And then these, which are a work in progress, I got to do something with that. And this one is ready. So maybe we'll do something on this. Let's see. Let's move this over here. The birds are singing. It's a glorious day, right? It's a glorious day. So I had something like that, though I was going to see, where was that tray? Didn't I have a tray that was ready? I have a tray, and then at that big, I have that big one there that I'm probably going to do the beach house on. That beach house napkin that's so pretty. But I think
Yeah, get stuff like all of us.
No, I don't know what to get.
For you, you're gonna get.
I don't know. I said.
I like
Don't
that.
have it.
I like.
Pack of these. You sent me.
That's pretty. Do you like that?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
that's good. I'll grab the whole thing.
All right, let me do that. Let me cut. So I'm going to cut this right in half.
I have 3 eggs and 2 pieces of right-handed job.
Where's that?
Alright, I'm just gonna go put a bag in the car. I'm gonna take the jeans off. I can't.
Oh, can I bring kiwis down?
Leave me one, okay?
What?
Just please leave me one.
I'll leave you one. Yeah, I'll leave you one. Right there on the left. There's one
Who's
right there.
down there? Just Charlie?
I was here.
Charlie's here.
Okay, but I mean that is he.
Yeah, just try the rest.
I know.
How many are coming?
2 more.
Landon?
Nope.
He's
Chris?
in Buffalo.
Nope.
Just Charlie and Luca. Charlie, Luca, and Kelly.
Oh my goodness, Luke.
I know. Alright.
All right, be careful. Love you.
Yep.
I'll see you in a little bit. You're taking my bike?
Yeah. Just me, man. Don't worry.
I know, but I was going to ride it today.
What do you say?
I was going to ride it later.
Well, you might be able to ride it later.
I might be able to? Okay. So, there we go. That's what happens when your mom has a, has a cool bike. I don't have like an old lady bike. So my son takes my bike all the time. All the time. They go on these tremendous rides. Okay. So what do you think? You like that like that? Let me put my iron on. So I didn't get to do any crafting, and I saw Linda's box, and Linda's box, I saw that there were people in the comments saying Linda's box is very beautiful, and Linda's box was very beautiful. And she did a good job on that, and I know that people, that Tina was trying to sell the guitar boxes. I was going to say guitar boxes, oh my gosh. Cigar boxes last Wednesday, and she didn't have anybody bid on them, right? Then Linda started to decorate this guitar, oh my gosh, cigar box. And they wanted them. So I said, see, now's the time. Now they see what you're doing with it. Sometimes people have to see what, and right away she sold 2 cigar boxes. So yeah. And she made that craft, and I didn't get to see Bucky's craft. Bucky said the same thing. We can't always see when we're like doing our craft, or like we're looking in the camera, we can't see. So I have to go back and see what Bucky made. I think she was working on a journal, and I have to work on some journals with Bucky because I have been collecting pages, making gel things. And I have these, would you believe it? I collected these pines, and look, they're like, I don't know if they're rooting or they're growing. They've been here for like 2 weeks. They're not falling off, so I think they are rooting or something. I don't know. But I collected these to craft with, and I even had those things that look like fingers. I don't know where they went. And I was going to do gel, the gel pad, and that's but I have so many gel pad papers, and I've been saving the cardboard and all of that, and I've been watching tons of journaling videos, and I just have to get down and do it. Maybe we'll do it in the celebration, Waves of Healing, or we'll do it before then, but this is, G and I went to that watercolor painting, and it was more of like a freestyle. You could do whatever you want, but I did that. And these were our practice. These were some of the practices. I was trying lemons because I don't really do fruit. This is a practice, and then this was a thistle. Well, we had a good time, and that's like I said, the woman next to me, she's like, oh, that's really nice. And I'm like, what did you do? And she's like, did this. And I'm like, she's like, how could you not have or be happy with anything? Even if I drew a stick figure, she's like, look at this beautiful plays. Look at, it's just, I said, yeah, art is very healing and therapeutic. It is. When I have this ramen, okay. It is most therapeutic. Okay, so my iron is hot. I'm not going to start in this corner. Now I did put, right, this is prepped. It was in my bin of unfinished projects. It really doesn't take much heat. That's down there. See, like where it's stuck down there. And I've got to go over here into the corners. And then I've got here. So. What's the matter? Did I ever buy new brown sugar at Sam's? I don't think, did I buy new brown sugar at Sam's? I don't think I did. Next time, we've got to start writing a big list with brown sugar. No, I think I did buy brown sugar. I feel like I bought brown sugar. I know I bought confectionery sugar. What?
I might have said we don't need it, remember?
You might have said we don't need it. But I think I did buy it anyway. And parchment paper, and I have to get to Sam's. My kids are like, every time I empty out these packages of, because I buy the big bulk packages, I told you I can't do that thing like you see them do the restocking, and you take like the granola bars out of the package. Luke won't eat them. If he doesn't see the package, he won't eat the granola bars. He is like, you would think like, I don't know, but he wants it in the package. So when I see the boxes, we have this big pantry, and it has these big slide out, like shallow drawer trays, huge. And I put all the snacks in there. Now I notice every day I'm pulling out empty ones, so I've got to go on a big shopping. So we're just about out of everything. They just finished they just brought down the last of the kiwis. We're just about out of oranges and apples. I need parchment paper. What else did I say we needed? I'm not writing down the list. Parchment paper. Oh, marshmallow fluff. I think brown sugar. Pretty sure brown sugar. Okay. So then after, I don't think I had the Mod Podge over here. So what I'm going to do, since it's, maybe I didn't. Is this not prepped?
In case policy's off.
I thought I had the Mod Podge on here. I didn't. Hold on a minute. What? I thought I had the Mod Podge on there, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to have to put the Mod Podge on there. It dries really fast. I was wondering, because it normally, all right, no worries. See? You see, this is the real show. I make mistakes. But I will put this on, and then it'll be ready right away. Then I'll sell this paintbrush for $49.99 on my website.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lady's selling old paintbrushes. No, I don't have that minus touch like that. Okay, what are you doing?
Nothing.
You looking for something?
No, I'm just walking out and stuff. Look.
Okay,
Honey?
yeah,
Yep. Just walking around.
okay.
What are you doing?
Make sure you get into the edges. And that's all you need to do there. Okay, and then while I have this extra, I'll just put it on here since this already has some. Waste not, want not. Okay. And if Ruff hadn't called me, I'd probably still be talking to myself
Yep.
and paint it black. I would still be sitting here talking to myself. I've got to water my plants today. I'd like to give one of my dogs a bath. It doesn't look like it's that warm out. You guys said it was going to get really warm.
It is.
It doesn't look that way. It looks quite windy.
It's a little tiny bit windy, but it's, short sleeve
Short
weather out
sleeve
there,
weather
right?
out there?
Short
Okay.
sleeve weather.
So this will dry really fast. I know you could get that heat gun. I have one, but it'll dry really fast. What are you doing now?
Let me put this in there. Good.
Okay. See, I've got a little coffee left. I always have iced coffee because it's always turns to iced coffee. Let me read the chat while I'm, see what I missed. So Frilly says, Is it glue? It's, oh, Julianne, it's Mod Podge. Be right back, Philly says. Hi, Julianne. Are you having a good, is it nice and warm by you? Why, I miss Carolyn put a thing, yeah, it's the Mod Podge, and I didn't have it on, so it'll be. Hi there, Blaze. How are you? Philly Farmhouse says, Carolyn, did you ever see that video I tagged you in of the lady at a vintage market? Oh, yes, they're beautiful. I think I commented on it and I said it's beautiful. You know who else I saw did one? Oh, it's on an Edisto page. My friend has a lot of cobalt blue. I got that. I have to get myself together. Yeah, we have to do an Upcycle Live together. Let's do it. Church thrift stores are the best. They are. And that one that I go to is a church thrift store. Carolyn, you need to check out IOD. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that. There is paper molds, and I saw that. Rub-ons, I saw them. IOD, right? Cool that something was broken while during this is Maria's sense of humor. Yeah, Julianne, that's funny. That's funny, 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 honey. You can't believe the rust I have sold. Yeah, oh, I didn't get to say that. I love old tins, right? So I bought a bunch of old tins, and then like some of them had rust spots, and I thought, oh my gosh, nobody's gonna want these. And then I started watching this lady, and people want them. So crazy, right? Because I was there, oh, it has to be perfect. Has to be, no. We're not perfect as we get older. Things are not going to be perfect. It's the craziest things that will bring the grief out. Yeah, absolutely, right? Aw, thank you, Frilly. You needed this live this morning. See, now I'm crying again. I don't know. I'm so freaking emotional. Thank you, Frilly. I love that. If it has a chip, use paper. Yeah, exactly. Did you share a photo? I did. It's on my Instagram, Frilly. Carolyn, I have to take you all to the bins. Please take us to the bins, Frilly, please. Even if you come on in a Zoom and show us if we're not, on or some, please. I see these people and I admire them that they're able to do that. I think I would have an anxiety attack. I don't know, maybe if I went with you or something, but when I set up vintage market, these people go nuts. Yeah, let me see that. And please stay on me to give you that because I forget things, okay? Don't cut it. It got matted. What happened? You cut your hair? Sandy could tell you some things because she helped out Elle out with something. I think it was an apple cider vinegar shampoo or something that helps. Is it? Check that out, all right? Rosalita, thank you guys for hanging with me this morning. I appreciate it. That's fun. It's fun to hang with. It's fun to hang with friends. Okay, so this is.
I don't believe it.
What's the matter? What's wrong?
That my parts got to me today. Had food, never did. It says it's out for delivery. From Montgomery, New York. It's kind of a long way. We find out FedEx really delivers around here today. It's all that been through this one time before. I have cleaned this messy stuff up here, honey.
Yeah, I wanted to bathe the dog and look at that. Look at my sink now. You guys. One of the dogs. Lulu's.
What do you want? You want my heat gun?
I have a heat gun,
Oh, you do? Okay.
but I don't want to. I don't.
Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I don't have to use a heat gun.
You get $15.
It's almost dry. It's almost dry.
Had my tools all out and it started pouring down rain.
When?
Like 30 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago.
My wagon?
The yellow wagon? Yeah, honey, that thing's been through.
Yeah, I don't care. Did you get a wet?
Uh,
Oh,
try to
Jamie.
catch it. What's this one? Flying everywhere.
Here, give it to me. I'll put it over here. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, yeah, put the stuff away. I called it before it got too wet.
So it's gonna rain today?
Off, like maybe here and there, maybe this evening it might rain.
Make sure my bike's not out in the rain.
It's not.
See, I should have got, if I had an old lady bike, Luke wouldn't be borrowing my bike.
So you get to get a biggie. Whatever that bike is, race bike or something.
Right, if I had one of those cruiser bikes with the big wicker basket, he wouldn't borrow
They
it.
put a basket on it. That would be cool.
Okay. All right, that's good. That's good. I wanted to make sure that we put it back the way it was because it's already started to like. Get him. The neighbor said, this never gets old. The neighbors told me our dogs were chasing kids on bikes, and I said, that's stupid. Our dogs don't even have bikes. I love that one. I love it. I every so often I recycle that one because there's always somebody that hasn't heard it. Just like there's somebody that hadn't seen that Mega Millions thing. Now my iron wants to be a little Looney Tunes. Tell me that it's going to turn off if I don't. See, yeah, I said that thing that our neighbor came by and said, hey, your dogs are chasing kids on bikes. And I said, that's stupid. Our dogs don't even have bikes.
Ha ha. That's funny. Very funny.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
That'll make you laugh every time because you think that you picture the dogs riding the bikes. That's stupid. Our dogs don't even have bikes. Okay, so that is in there. So when this dries, then I'll take like a X-Acto and just slice right around the edge, and then. But usually what I do is I usually do a top coat first, and that way it'll be nice and in there, and it just cuts better. You do that. And I just make sure that it's all the way in to the corners there. And then you can go ahead and like on this tray, I might do these gold. Like I do them white first, usually just, and then I can see if I do them sometimes yellow, sometimes pink. And then I put a lacquer finish, but like right here, I can just cut this extra right off, so that's not hanging over. So that might be nice if you could even decoupage the little beads, but it's hard because they have spaces in between. But then you put a coat of Mod Podge, and then I go with that lacquer like top sealer that really puts nice. And I like this because you could wipe this off easily. There is waterproof Mod Podge if you want, but this literally, you can wipe it off. You know, you're not gonna run it or put it in the dishwasher, though there is, you would never put this in the dishwasher anyway, even if you put the dishwasher finish on Mod Podge on it, because it just, you wouldn't put wood like this in the dishwasher, but you can use that for like plates and things. But that's that. At least I feel like I crafted. So I didn't get to craft last night, and I have that. Sure, if I have this one. This one does have the Mod Podge on it. Sometimes you think, oh, Carolyn would know the right. Someone's trying to get in Zoom over there, and I don't think anybody's
I will
there.
help right now. Let me see.
But I don't think. I think.
I got a question.
What's the matter?
Do we need more butter, new butter?
Yes,
Okay.
we need salted butter, but we can use that one. We'll just. I mean, we can use it in baking. You just have to add salt. I never add salt because we always use salted butter. But it's important if you don't, you know, and I don't. You can use it. We'll use it, but it's just I don't know how I made that mistake. That's just crazy. That is just nuts.
Hello.
Hi, Linda. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm live. Do you see me on live?
Hello.
Linda? You didn't turn my,
All right, we'll do it.
tell her that I'm live, because she
What do I have to do?
doesn't, just turn the mic on over there and tell her. Yeah, because Linda's gonna be like thinking I'm ignoring her, and then, no, I'm not
Can you hear us?
sleeping. Tell her I'm live. Tell her I'm on live.
She's live.
Linda, go
Linda.
check the live.
Linda,
No, don't worry. No,
Linda.
no, Linda, go check the live.
go check the live. Carolyn's live.
Okay.
All right. Now what do I do?
That's it. Now just mute the microphone. Yeah, there was a little. Okay, so I could do that easily.
I don't see it in my list.
Yeah, she doesn't see it in her list. See my own?
Huh?
She doesn't see it.
She should be up.
She doesn't
Oh,
see me
refresh the
live.
screen or something.
So of course you have to remove your papers, right? Did I remove? Yeah, I did. I didn't even show you that part of it. So if anybody,
Maybe you're not live, honey.
I'm totally live. Guys, am I live? I'm live. I'm live. It says I'm live.
I haven't found it.
She found it. Linda, listen, Linda. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that one. What do you think? That is pretty, but I'm not sure that I want to. I have some other things. I don't know. Like do I want to do that or not?
Do it. Do whatever's nicest.
I don't know. I don't know if I just want to do a floral. Maybe somebody wants to see something else. Do you guys like that one? Hi, Linda. Should I do that one? Just did this one. You just missed that. Did this one.
Wow.
Yeah. Did that one right in front of everyone. Should I do this one? You love that one? All right, for you, Julianne, I will do that one. I stress out about what napkin to use. And, oh, I should have used that one. You know how people say, I should have ordered that. I'm like, oh, I should have used that napkin. I should have thought about that one. Or if somebody else is, oh, that's the napkin. I should have chosen that one. So many napkins, so little time. So many napkins, so little time. So we have an auction tonight, 10 o'clock. Hope you guys can come stop by. Remember, anybody that wants to sell, you're welcome to sell. I like to give back and offer people a chance to make some money. I know it's rough. It's rough for people. It's rough in this economy. Okay. There, again, this has to dry, but I'm just going to trim around. Then I will go around, after I seal it one time with the Mod Podge, then I'll go around and then you can iron it again even after you put Mod Podge on top to really set it in. And I'll go around again, make sure that it's as tight into there as I can. That's why this having a little point is good, and just that you'll actually hear it against those beads. See that? See that? I know it's a beautiful day, and I appreciate anyone that's here watching me and watching on the replay. I'm going to get out and enjoy this day in a minute, too. So we're going to be wrapping up, and I'll see you hopefully tonight at the auction. Hope that you all have a beautiful day. Maybe get a taste of spring, which we're all needing. I don't see the sun so much, but they're telling me it's nice weather. So then, like I said, I will seal that and go around. Carolyn, so after you, let's see what you said. So after you cut out the top layer, well, yeah. I usually put a coat of Mod Podge on, and sometimes I'll go on with the iron with that Mod Podge and let it set in really good, and then I'll go with another coat and then that lacquer-y coat. That's what I do. But after I do the one coat of Mod Podge and let it dry, then it's easier for me to cut this edge and this bottom here not to come up. So I just like that because it creates like a little bit of a, like a hardness, but not too hard but it lets you like neatly get your edge. And don't worry if you're cutting your edge with, I'll tell you, the best, and it's not expensive, X-Acto knife that I've ever used is the Cricut one. And usually, I'll put a link in this video because usually I'm really good at finding it on sale on Amazon. And it's it used to like $9. But you take that and you just slice it in here. But don't freak. This is like another one of those things like, don't freak. And I remember this one lady said her napkin ripped. She didn't care. And I thought at the time, because I'm such a perfectionist, oh my gosh, can't do that. But let's say like a little tiny bit came up here. You can just take that color paint and go in there and no one will notice it. I promise you, no one will notice it. Or you could take a little string, those pearls that lay on a string? You could put those around the edge, something like that. No one will notice it. Don't freak out. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to stress yourself out to no end trying to be perfect. Ruffles, I will be selling it when I finish it. Yeah. I love to sell my stuff and have people enjoy it, and that it brings people joy. That's a nice thing. But yeah, I'm going to finish it, and I don't know if it'll be ready for tonight, but we'll see. But and then I have this one. You see this one I'm working on, Ruff? This is beautiful too. You know what this looks like? This looks like a person in almost like a yoga pose or something. There's the heart in the center. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so yeah, I have those that I did. And then I'm doing this little bird. And I'm using this napkin. Maybe I'll do a couple of, I'll at least cut out some of this. Where's my little scissor? Where is my little scissor? Here it is. Little scissor. I also wanted to, I have this fabric I was going to actually sew together and quilt, but not for a quilt, but for journal covers, because it's actually, it was, I got a whole bundle of it super duper cheap, and it's not like quilt quality that would go in and out of the washer, but it's really pretty prints. So I thought I'll sew it together and I'll make journal covers out of it, because that's what I wanted to do with the first quilt thing that I did. So I might be breaking out my featherweight at the, well, it's at the next craft night, and do a quilt journal cover, because I think those would be nice. You could even do it, I think, on a little, I wonder if you could do it on a cigar box. Who knows? You can do anything you want, right? Before I did shells, I honestly never saw anybody doing shells that I ever recall. And I don't know what made me do it. I don't know. Just like how there's a lot of things. Once I started decoupaging, I just started thinking, what can I do? What can I decoupage? And then, of course, looked it up, and I'm like, oh, hey, people are doing shells. Oh, wow. And I think that's how I got into the oysters shells, and then found that one of the greatest places for oyster shells is Edisto, and my cousin had moved there years before, and I'm like, that was the first box. He just went on the beach and sent it to me, and then that became a dream, and the place is waves of healing. It really is. And that, and here's a little one. So I'll stick these on. You can embellish anything. Hold on, I gotta shut this. Why is that heater going on? Hold on, we don't need that. We don't need you doing this, honey. We don't need to be spending any extra money on. Electricity is out. I don't know if electricity is out of this world. If you're here, Ruff, those things didn't do a thing for me. Our electric bills, we have groups on Facebook because they're so high. People have actually talked about boycotting, paying them on the same day or something. It's just out of this world what the electricity has gone up. And I mean, even this one person has like a seasonal residence. They weren't even in it, and it was like 900 square feet, and their bill was $1,000. It's out of this. I don't know what, we don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows. Everybody's posting their bills in this thing. It's absolutely incredulous. It's absolutely, don't know what the heck is happening. But I don't know how, you're getting these figures. It's nuts. Now that everybody's on there comparing their bills, it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know if it's like that where you guys are, but yeah, electric is just insane. Absolutely insane. Okay, so we've got those pieces here now. I think there's still a layer on here, yeah. Still a layer of napkin, and I was looking through some old videos, and I have Scooter's first decoupage we've been getting such a kick going through some of that. We've been seeing some of our friends we haven't seen in a long time. And then we, of course, have been hearing random guys, Jeff's voice. You know what I would like to do is organize a painting party and watch Jeff's tutorial again, but or do it, you know, with new people and and old people. Like I'm sure Sassy Darcy would probably do it again as well. And so there, you just go on and you put these. I'll do this one.
Noise for a minute.
Carolyn, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Linda. You can, yeah. I can't hear you now because Jimmy's putting a half a pound ice in his. I
Don't forget.
which I didn't hear what Jimmy. What Jimmy? I mean what, Linda? I couldn't hear you, Linda, because Jimmy was loading up ice into his water bottle. Linda? I couldn't hear you, Linda. You have to say it again, Linda.
Really?
Frilly
Something
Farmhouse.
about lady.
Right.
I can't hear you, Linda. Oh, Linda, I can't hear you.
You have to, really, says you have to tell me.
Which, now wait, Jimmy's gonna make a bunch of noise, Linda.
Tell me who
Go down there.
the lady is. Don't forget.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, yes, after this I will go, I'll message you.
Really says you have to tell me who the lady is.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna message her the thing. Jimmy's just has to, she's loving making noise today over here. Jimmy, do you
Yes,
want to run the garbage disposal? We don't have one.
I know. We need one.
Yeah. Is there anything else that could make a lot of noise? Want to vacuum quick over there?
You gonna hang up any pictures today?
I don't know. I do want to hang up a big Madonna and child picture that I got. It's beautiful. I want to hang that up, but we'll see.
Blender.
Oh, the blender. Yes, Ethan's famous. He loves the blender.
Oh, very good.
He loves the blender.
Right.
See, I was feeling sad that I didn't get to do my crafting last night. I did my baking.
Keep that going.
I didn't get to
Smoothie.
do any crafting. But now I got to do some crafting and now I feel better.
Wonder how many kiwis it would take.
How many kiwis? Yeah. Yeah.
Rob wants to know if that's for sale.
It will be when I'm done with it. It will be when I'm done with it. Got to spread that joy. Make people smile. Help their hearts, right? Smile. Okay. I've never done a water transfer decopage. I should try that. Looks so scary. But actually, once I ran something I decopaged underwater, didn't even come off, and then it really gave me a nice.
Little vases with the eggs.
Yeah, I know.
Reminds me of Easter bread. When are you gonna make that?
Of the what? The rooster bread. Okay, I have to put this on its side. The rooster bread. What is Linda talking about, the rooster bread? What is Linda talking about with the rooster bread? Okay, now I'm going to let that dry because I don't want to go too much and then touch one of the ones that's wet. Then I'll fill in. Remember that big elephant I did the whole thing? I have that in my craft room. Love that elephant. Oh, Easter bread. Yeah, the Easter bread. Yeah, the Easter bread.
The Easter bread.
Yeah, the Easter bread. I have to get to that. I know. Now, yeah, Easter bread, Easter bread. Okay. All right, so washed my brush. Oh, you know what I wanted to show you guys? I bought this, I don't know, I saw people going crazy about this.
That's what those eggs remind me of.
Oh, yeah. These little guys. Okay, let me show you something. I don't know, like, where's it? Where are you?
I don't know why I have a delay.
Yeah, because you're in Zoom on the other computer and you're talking, this is technology. Imagine, you never thought you'd be doing this 25 years ago, talking to a lady in her kitchen through a computer on her desk. I bought one of these. It's for cleaning your brushes or something. I never opened it. Nelson, I hope you're okay. I was wondering about my heart and hands, because I know that you sent me an email a while ago, and then I don't know if we get touch base then, and just want to see where we are with that. This goes on here, I believe. And then this is some kind of, look, spring contraption. What does it say? It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see this, but I don't even see anything about that spring. Do you? I imagine it's got to be. There's a cover, some kind of a. There's a screw, right? You got a spring.
You know, one thing with the electric bill is they never read my meter anymore. They just estimate the bill.
Yeah. Let's see. 1, but see, it doesn't tell you, it shows you this green thing. It doesn't tell you where to put this spring or anything. Isn't that crazy? It looks like the. Okay, it looks like this thing. Looks like this thing is supposed to go in here. I don't know, that doesn't make sense. Look at the photo.
Is it the top to that cup?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a brush cleaner. I don't understand how this cleans your brush. Everybody made such a big deal about this thing. I guess it, I I don't know what this does. I really don't. This doesn't even make any sense to me. Oh, that's the... Anybody in the chat use one of these? I'm going to have to watch a YouTube video on this. I don't know how this is supposed to work. Something like that. But I don't understand how it's supposed to, like, how does that clean your brush? Where's the box? Drain. Oh, look, you put the, okay, see, maybe we just need to look at the box, not those stupid instructions. You put the spring on this, and this is the drain button, it says. How is that the drain button? That must, oh, here's the rubber drain plug. Where's that go? Here? Looks like that, right? 30 flush capacity water reservoir. Okay, what is this? Now we don't know what that is. Oh, here, that tells us here. Now look. Easy mounting with just one screw. That sounds crazy. I just make a wreath with them, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Julianne. Why clean them when you can just buy new ones with the money you make there, right? Try selling your dirty brushes. Oh, here, this must be where you put the screw. How does the screw go there? That doesn't work. Well, that's weird because you would think the screw goes there, but oh my goodness, this is crazy. Maybe it goes like that. Okay, it probably goes like that.
Julianne says, I never clean my brushes. I just make a wreath with them and sell it for $1,500.
Right, I know. So that's what you got to do. Drain button. That has to be the way it goes, right? So hold on, let me get a tiny. Teeny tiny screwdriver. Teeny tiny. With our teeny tiny screw. I knew that. Hold on, let me take this over here because it's hard to work under a camera. I don't know, I hope that.
I didn't get a
Kind of.
message for this.
I know, and you don't even understand. I was muted for like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes and then painted black and Ruffles had to alert me. Okay, let's see here. Or I'd still probably be talking to myself, wondering why nobody's answering me. Is that, oh, and then I think I have to get a little bit of a bigger screwdriver. I don't want to strip that, so, but I think that's how that goes now. And then this goes here. I really, well, I'm going to watch some videos, okay, guys? I'm not sure. I am not sure how this goes or what the big deal about this thing is. It's a pretty big deal among some, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to have to see. The jury's out on this. Okay, I'll tell you. I'm going to look some videos up. But thank you guys for watching. Hey, Murder of Crows. It is a surprise. And in the beginning, I was mute, until Painted Black and Ruff decided to tell me I was mute. But we've done a lot on here, Murder of Crows. I've crafted some because I didn't get to craft in the baking. I baked, hold on a moment. I'll show you. I baked, did you miss this last night, Murder of Crows? Oh, we forgot to play word cookies last night. I baked these. I'm gonna have to do my word cookies after this anyway, so I don't lose my month, because you get I baked those. And then I showed all of my unfinished, well, not all of my unfinished crafts, but a lot of my wood crafts that are unfinished. And I started on this tray, and I started on this riser tray, and I tried to see what this was all about cleaning brushes, but I'm really thinking like, I don't know. Then I started finishing this bird. Okay. And, oh, and then I showed the little, the upcycled bunny jars with the eggs that Elle and manager have been asking me if I was selling. And talked about that I'm going to go for a bike ride, except Luke took my bike, but it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. So it's okay. And I'm going to get out there and enjoy it. I have to water my plants. So I'm probably going to get off here, have another cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are all here this morning too. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Fun morning with friends. So we'll go out and do things and then maybe see each other again tonight. Okay. You like the little bird? Thank you, Murder of Crows. Well, you are, it's not a surprise you like birds, right? A Murder of Crows. And it's a rafter of turkeys, and I will never forget that. Well, I hope I will never forget that. I tell you, when I was looking back on some of these videos from 6 years ago, I was like, whoa, because I'm forgotten some of the things that, like, that scares the crap out of me. But anyway, I will see you guys later. I really appreciate you being here, and hopefully see you later on. Maybe if I take a walk, I might go live from the walk. We'll see. All right. Bye, guys. Love you. God bless. And I'll see you later. Love you. Prayers. Please keep Dina, Elizabeth's husband, in your prayers. It's a very grave situation. So please keep those prayers going for Dina and her husband. Thank you.